High-tech solution to a big-time problem. Devices that detect vaping now in a public school near you. And welcome back to a sobering report from the CDC, which found that e-cigarettes have become the most commonly used form of tobacco used by young people in the U.S. In 2023, 2.1 million students admitted to using e-cigarettes. But how old are we talking about? 550,000 of them are only in middle school, and more than 1.5 million are in high school. But on Long Island, Lindenhurst Middle School is now trying something new. They've installed new high-tech vape detectors in the bathrooms. These devices are capable of detecting the presence of both nicotine and THC in the air. They are the product of Ronkonkoma-based Soter Technologies. Derek Peterson is the company's CEO. He's here to explain how it all works. Derek, it's good to see you. Welcome to Extra Time. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Andy. I appreciate allowing me to be here tonight.
No, it's such an interesting technology. How does it work? These vape detectors? Are they sort of like smoke detectors on the ceiling?
You could think of them as smoke detectors, but we're actually looking for something different in the air. Our device is actually an indoor air quality sensor specifically designed to look for what we define as a vaping signature. And you have to think of a vaping signature as nothing more than a fingerprint in the air that denotes vape. And when we see this vaping signature in the air, we then can send a text message or an email message to the school principal or anybody they put on what we call a subscriber list. So they get a notification immediately that, say, the boys' bathroom on the second floor has somebody vaping. And then they can go and investigate it at that point.
Is it attached to like the fire alarms as well, or is it not quite that?
No, nothing's attached to a fire alarm. Everything is kind of done secretly. So they get a secret a note. Because it's not attached to the fire alarm because it's not a life-saving device. We're just trying to help kids. We're trying to help the students detect, deter, and educate students about vaping. So we inform the principal or superintendent or any teacher on staff that there's somebody vaping in this bathroom.
I'm told that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt that. I'm told that not only do they detect differences in air quality, they can also sense shifts in sound as well. How does that work?
That's correct. So the original device is actually designed to actually pick up on sound anomalies, listening at a decibel level. And through our AI algorithms, we're able to detect aggressive sound behavior. And when we detect aggressive sound behavior, we also can send out an alert at that point, informing the school that there may be potentially some rough play or bullying going on in the bathroom.
So I have to ask, because I'm sure you get these questions a lot based on that. There's obviously a practical and important use for this technology, but do you get questions about surveillance in a bathroom? Do you get questions about privacy concerns, and how do you respond to them?
So in our devices, absolutely, there's no microphones, there's no cameras. So we make sure privacy is kept to the utmost. So there is virtually nothing to worry about with our devices in any bathroom. And we have our devices in over 40 countries and thousands upon thousands deployed around the world.
How many more in the tri-state area? Is it just in Lindenhurst right now?
Oh, no, we're in all throughout New York. I want to say we're about 75 school districts on Long Island and all throughout New York State.
How did you come up with this as a business model? I mean, it's obviously an important concern, and kids are turning to these e-cigarette devices, but it seems like a real niche product.
It's not like I woke up one day and said I'm going to make a vape detector. What happens is we've always been selling into the school education market, and the schools access. We have this ongoing problem right now of kids starting to vape, and this is back in 2016. And so you have to imagine the nature of an engineer is to solve a problem. So we set out back into our labs to figure out how can we help schools with this problem, not knowing really what it's going to become like. So in 2017, we released the first patented device to detect that people are vaping. And from there on, it just took off like wildfire, not expecting that it would become an epidemic as it is today.
So has it, in your experience, been helpful in reducing incidents of vaping or getting kids more aware of this and slowing down this process?
Absolutely. So when schools deploy our devices and our education material, we're seeing an 85% reduction in on-campus vaping. So it's more than just putting a device in there. It's also about educating the school, the staff, the students, and the parents. And by doing that, you will see an 85% reduction in vaping on campus.
That's amazing. Really quick, how much does one of these detectors cost?
The list price of the detector is about $1,000.
Seems like a pretty good bargain if you're going to reduce vaping by that much. Derek Peterson with Soter Technologies, thanks for joining us. It's really interesting technology.
Thank you for having me. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Same to you. And as we continue tonight with Eyewitness News Extra Time, we move from vaping to a veterinarian. But